My dear friends, let me begin with one question. When was the last time you spoke kindly to yourself? We speak to the world every day. We speak to our friends, to colleagues, to strangers online. But the most important conversation, the one happening inside your own mind, often becomes the most neglected one. Some people don't break because life is hard. They break because their inner voice becomes their enemy. And today, we are going to fix that. Because the problem we are solving is not about motivation, not about confidence, not about discipline. The real problem is, how do I stop being my own enemy and start becoming my strongest supporter? By the end of this talk, you will not only understand the power of your self-talk, you will know exactly how to transform your life using your own words. My dear friends, life is not lived outside. Life is lived inside your mind, inside your emotions, inside your inner narrative. Your thoughts are seeds, your words are water, and your reality is the tree that grows from them. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for someone else to motivate them, inspire them, validate them, or rescue them. But the truth is simple and powerful. You are the one you have been waiting for. Your words are the medicine. Your thoughts are the foundation. Your inner dialogue is the architect of your destiny. Today, we explore one life-changing idea. Talk to yourself until you become what you say. Because becoming your best self does not begin with action. It begins with conversation. Let me tell you something interesting. If a stranger tells you, you can't do it, there's a good chance you will ignore it. If a friend tells you, maybe this is not for you, you'll doubt yourself for a moment, but you'll recover. But if you tell yourself, I am not capable, that sentence can break your spine. Why? Because your inner words don't come from outside, they come from your belief system, your memories, your fears, your insecurities. And the voice that comes from within feels more real than anything else. Your words become your identity. Identity is not discovered, it is created. Imagine a child. When he is told again and again, you are smart, he grows with confidence. When he is told, you are careless, he grows with doubt. But the strongest shaping does not come from parents or teachers. It comes from the child's own understanding of himself. In the same way, we adults are doing the same thing every day. When you repeatedly call yourself, I am weak, I am unlucky, I always mess things up, you are not describing yourself, you are programming yourself. You are wiring your brain to accept that identity. And once the identity settles in your mind, you start behaving according to it. That's why the greatest change begins not from the gym, not from the office, not from the environment, but from the inner vocabulary you use to describe who you think you are. The mind believes whatever you tell it consistently. If you tell your mind, I am not confident, your mind does not argue. It simply says, okay, let me show you more reasons why you are not confident. If you tell your mind, I am strong, your mind again says, okay, let me help you behave like someone strong. Your mind is like a loyal assistant. What you feed it, it multiplies. So my dear friends, ask yourself today, what identity am I building silently through my inner words? Are you creating an identity that empowers you or one that slowly destroys you? Because the life you live outside is the echo of the life you live inside. My dear friends, have you ever wondered why a song gets stuck in your mind? Not because it is the best song in the world, but because you heard it repeatedly. Repetition is powerful. It makes anything familiar. And what becomes familiar becomes comfortable. And what becomes comfortable becomes our default. Your mind works the same way. The brain learns through repetition. Neuroscience tells us that every repeated thought strengthens the neural pathway. In simpler words, your repeated words become a mental habit. If you repeatedly tell yourself, I can't do this, you create a habit of doubt. If you repeatedly say, I am improving, you create a habit of growth. If you repeatedly say, I am strong, you create a habit of confidence. Repeating something to yourself again and again is not lying. It is teaching. It is training. It is rewiring. It is sculpting your inner architecture. Your words become automatic thoughts. There's a moment in everyone's life when your positive self-talk becomes automatic. A moment when you don't try to be confident, you just are. A moment when you don't try to be disciplined, you just are. A moment when you don't try to encourage yourself, you naturally do it. That moment comes only through repetition. Just as drops of water carve mountains, your repeated words carve your inner identity. Repeating strength makes you strong. Repeating peace makes you peaceful. Repeating purpose makes you purposeful. Because repetition is not forcing. Repetition is becoming. The story of the inner mirror, imagine standing in front of a mirror every morning. One day you say, I'm tired. The mirror reflects fatigue. Another day you say, I am ready. The mirror reflects energy. Your mind is that mirror. It reflects whatever you repeatedly tell it. So today, ask yourself, what am I repeatedly reflecting to myself? Fear or courage? Doubt or faith? Weakness or strength? Your repetition decides your reflection. Your reflection decides your reality. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever taken a wrong turn while using a GPS? Of course you have. We all have. But does the GPS shout at you? Does it say, seriously, how many mistakes will you make? Are you even paying attention? Turn in your license right now. No. It simply says, recalculating, how beautiful would life be if we treated ourselves with that level of compassion. Your self-talk gives direction. Your inner voice is your navigation system. If it says, this is too hard, you stop. If it says, I will figure it out, you keep moving. If it says, I am not good enough, you shrink. If it says, I can learn anything, you grow. Your inner voice is constantly giving directions to your emotions, to your decisions, to your habits, to your confidence. If you want a better life, give your mind a better voice. When you go off track, speak like a GPS. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes you will take the wrong turn. Sometimes you will trust the wrong people. Sometimes you will make emotional decisions. Sometimes you will mess up. But when that happens, don't say, I ruined everything. I am a failure. I can't come back from this. Say what the GPS says. Recalculating, say it gently. Say it with compassion. Say it with understanding. Because you are not lost. You are just on a different route. And sometimes the different route teaches you what the straight road never could. Your inner voice can create or destroy your journey. Let me tell you a small story. Two people climb the same mountain. One keeps saying, it's too hard. I don't think I can do it. The other keeps saying, one step at a time, I'll reach. Same mountain. Different dialogue, different outcome. You are not tired because the mountain is high. You are tired because your inner voice is heavy. Your life does not get stuck because challenges are difficult. It gets stuck because your self-talk stops you from trying. Your inner dialogue is the steering wheel of your destiny. Wherever it turns, your life follows. Let us talk about fear. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is a messenger. Fear is a signal from your brain trying to protect you. But the problem begins when you never talk to your fear. You only run from it. Fear grows in silence. Fear becomes bigger the more you avoid it. Fear becomes darker the less you understand it. But the moment you speak to yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? Fear becomes smaller. Your words give shape to your emotions. Fear is a fog, not a wall. From a distance, fear looks like a huge barrier. But when you walk into it with courage, you realize it was only a fog. Your self-talk becomes the sunlight that dissolves it. Talk to yourself firmly. I can do this. I have survived worse situations. I am learning. I am growing. I am stronger than I think. And slowly, fear loses its power. Self-conversation turns weakness into wisdom. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are scared of speaking in front of people. Your inner voice says, what if I forget my lines? What if everyone judges me? What if I embarrass myself? Now, change the dialogue. What if I speak well? What if someone is inspired? What if I grow stronger because of this? The situation is the same. The difference is the direction of your inner conversation. One direction leads to panic. The other leads to power. Your words create your emotional experience. You don't eliminate fear by ignoring it. You eliminate fear by conversing with it. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of self-talk. Confident people are not fearless people. They simply know how to speak to themselves. They convert fear into fuel through conversation. They convert doubt into courage through reassurance. They convert stress into clarity through self-guidance. Your confidence will grow when your inner voice becomes your friend, your guide, your wise teacher. The moment your self-talk changes, your entire emotional world transforms. My dear friends, life is full of voices. Some voices will doubt you. Some voices will discourage you. Some voices will leave you confused. But the most powerful voice, the one that shapes the entire blueprint of your destiny, is the voice inside your own mind. It is the voice that whispers in your lonely nights, the voice that guides you during your toughest decisions, the voice that celebrates your victories in silence. Make that voice your friend. Make that voice your strength. Make that voice your anchor. Speak to yourself with compassion, with clarity, with courage. Talk to yourself until your doubt starts shrinking, until your confidence starts rising, until every old belief begins melting, until the new you starts emerging, until your mind becomes your ally, until your life begins reflecting your words, until you wake up one morning and realize you have finally become what you kept telling yourself. This is the power of self-talk. This is the power of inner dialogue. This is the power of speaking to your own soul until it remembers who you truly are.